It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A redhead woman has become one of the first in the state to be fined for breaching new COVID-19 quarantine rules. The 65-year-old arrived home from Bali last Saturday and was told she was subject to a public health order to self-isolate for 14 days. Police received information she left her home in breach of the order on Monday and was given a warning. She again breached the order yesterday and has been handed a $1,000 fine. The search continues for a man who deliberately coughed on a supermarket employee at Raymond Terrace in breach of coronavirus health regulations. Police say the man became involved in a verbal altercation with a female worker at the Woolworths store on Glenelg Street on Tuesday night. During the exchange, he coughed on the woman before leaving the store with another female. The man was shirtless and wearing cream-coloured shorts and black thongs. We've posted a photo of him on the 2NURFM Hunter News Facebook page. Hunter New England Health says they've been able to track down the source of almost all the confirmed cases of coronavirus in the region. The number of cases rose yesterday by 21 to 124. Of those, 93 people acquired the virus overseas. Public health physician Dr. David Durheim says identifying the source of the virus is helping to prevent its spread in the community.
The good news to date is that we've only had 5 cases in the Hunter New England district where we haven't been able to track down the source. So community spread is not widespread at the moment. This is our time. This is our opportunity to really slow the spread of the virus. We're counting on all of you.
The Port Stephens community has raised concern with local accommodation providers encouraging holidaymakers to self-isolate and avoid coronavirus in tourist hotspots. Although the government has cautioned tourists to avoid all non-essential travel, calls have been made for clear and unambiguous restrictions on movement. Port Stephens MP Kate Washington says while the current economic climate is difficult, tourism operators must put lives before livelihood.
We've seen advertisements from accommodation providers. We've seen it on websites. It's not an isolated incident, and it's not just in Port Stephens. And I get it because these tourism providers are under immense strain.
Calls have been made for the New South Wales government to put measures in place to prevent the price gouging of essential products throughout the Hunter and the state. Items such as hand sanitizer, surgical masks and toilet paper have seen huge markups by online resellers and reportedly by small and independent retailers as well. Shadow Minister for Consumer Protection Julia Finn says predatory price gouging may put the most vulnerable members of the community at risk.
We want everybody to be washing their hands, to be using hand sanitizer when they're out and about. We want everybody, of course, to have access to toilet paper. And we want everyone who needs one or feels that they might need one to be able to access the appropriate surgical masks.
There are serious concerns for a man and child who've been missing from Millfield since Tuesday morning. 57-year-old Michael Lantry and 4-year-old Connor were seen boarding a bus on Wollombi Road bound for Cessnock. However, the pair failed to return home. Michael is described as being of Caucasian appearance, about 175 centimetres tall, with a thin build, blue eyes, grey hair and a beard. He was last seen wearing jeans, a grey jumper and joggers. Connor is about 100 centimetres tall, with a thin build, blonde hair and blue eyes. If you've seen them, call 000 immediately.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle Jets veteran goalkeeper Glenn Moss is hoping the A-League resumes in April to have one last chance of defending the goal. The 37-year-old announced he'd be retiring at the end of this campaign after playing in the competition for 14 seasons. If the suspension continues, then his final career game would be in Monday's 2-1 win against Melbourne City. Moss says he's hopeful they'll take the pitch again this year and is doing his part in their scheduled isolated training. Meanwhile, Northern New South Wales Football Chief Executive David Eland believes the 2020 season is not yet a write-off and the game can ride out the COVID-19 crisis. The Northern NPL has shut down its competition for the health and safety of all players and employees, but guarantees the contest is only postponed. Eland says the decision has received wholehearted support and they're looking to return to the pitch as soon as it's safe to do so. And the Newcastle Knights have signed a $2 million 3-year contract with St George Illawarra back rower Tyson Frizzell for 2021. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 14, 21, 16, 12, 1, 29 and 27, and the Powerball number is 7. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.